Hi everybody, my name is Marietta. I will be doing the predictions for October 2023 today. If you want an own personal or face-to-face or Zoom or WhatsApp video call reading with me, please go to my website, mariettatjenison.com. I will now start the air signs. Air signs, we start in February with Aquarius. That actually starts on the 21st of January. Let's see for Aquarians. Aquarians, you need to work well with your money. You feel accomplished at the moment. You have freedom at the moment financially, but avoid any kind of conflict because you will walk away with a feeling of no win-win situation. Remember, anybody's opinion, your opinion doesn't matter. Choose peace instead of drama because drama only creates suffering and pain, and we can choose how we want to feel. Then you will move forward or even buy a car or use some transportation to get to some other, this is a major arcana card, victory. In other words, you're charging forward. And then in the middle of October, you know that you can choose and you're looking at options, but you have no clue which one to choose. So stay a bit still. Realize that you have the sea behind you, which is a flow, and maybe use meditation or use some being just still in nature and give yourself a day off to soften this hardness of the swords and this stiffness and rigidness. And then you will know what to study or what to do or what to learn new to then be busy with something new that will create certain abundance for you. Towards the end of October, you will have a happy home life. There will be success. You will feel bright. You will feel loving. You will feel as if you have success. But remember, on earth, there is always polarity. In other words, an up and down. This, enjoy the moment of joy when you have it and that you've actually chosen the right thing, maybe even for your children or your child, or that there is a new child being born in your family. Also value other people's morals and ethics and be prepared to learn something new on a spiritual level. And do not forget your spiritual level because we are not just human, we are human beings. In other words, we have consciousness, soul, and heart within us that is a frequency that never dies. And then you end off the month of October, Aquarians, with quite a lot of weight on your shoulders and maybe putting in too much work into your career. Let go of the burdens to actually have a better experience and to balance out your energies between personal life or home life and work life, because you are definitely going into a new beginning. Ace of Rods is a new beginning with action, with activity, with joy. There's definitely that you've left something behind and you make a choice during October to start something new. This then for October, Aquarians. Till next time, my name is Marietta. This is for the month of October 2023. This is for Gemini. Gemini, this is for October. Let's see what the cards hint in what would be best for you to do or not to do, or sitting back, or enjoying life more, because in the end, all is your responsibility, your preferences, your choice. There are certain things that are always fated. In other words, we have a divine plan. But if we know that that is part of life, we can choose to get out of preferences and just see everything as good for your growth, as good for building up strength, as good to be a bit more humble, or as good to just learn something new, because everything that happens to you is for you. You're not a victim, ever. Let's have a look for Geminis for October. Geminis, you start off the month with quite a lot of energy, but you're also looking at emotions. You most probably are too active, and then you have to fight all your battles going forward, or there's a lot of conflict with people around you, or you just have this mind chatter that doesn't let go of you. Remember that thoughts happen to you, they just come in. And the more you become aware of your thoughts, the more you stop, you look, you listen, and you do not just react, but you act from your values, from who you really want to be, and also knowing that every person has their own reality, their own background, their own culture, their own thoughts, their own preferences. We are all unique beings in our soul, in our consciousness, but no human can be perfect, and nobody has to be the way you want them. Every person is who they are. So rather focus in the middle of the month on the joy that you have in your home life or with your family, and that there is a lot of joy. So focus more on what cannot be bought with money, because there is a definite change happening where you need to let go, and it's a transformation, and it's an inner death, most likely, more than an outer death, but there is an ending to something for you to then move into a new beginning. And maybe you're even emigrating, or you've completed a cycle completely, or you move somewhere, or you're just traveling. You're going into the world. But this is fulfilling a whole cycle. So when we have the major arcana cards, and the death card was before the world card, it's definitely that something is completely ending. So it could be emigration, it could also be just travel, and that with the travel, you get a new idea of where you want to be. You're on distance, which often helps to give us a different, wider vision of where we want to be and a different perspective. So, and then towards the end of October, Gemini, you're shuffling your monies. You're also busy with more than one project, but justice will be done. It could also be that you really sign a lot of contracts. And then it's like you need to really stand still and wait for certain, maybe job offers, for looking at your work, for looking at the money, and waiting. So it then October stops in its tracks after all these contracts have been signed. And I would take a bit of a rest also in between, which means don't wait till you're sick, but take some time out in between to maybe lie down and rest and listen to music, or to take a breather and go out into nature, or to go somewhere to rest a bit and enjoy a weekend away from all the troublesome thoughts or all the things that you really need to do. In general, the energy is not very negative, not at all. But this is a new phase in your life, and you have four major arcana cards, which means four cards are showing me that this is fated. So you cannot really do anything about that, but go with that, but avoid arguing and being argumentative or thinking that you need to fight your way through here, but have a bit more patience with other people as well. This then for Gemini for the month of October. If you want a private reading and this resonated with you, go to my website, mariettatjennissen.com. This then for today. This is for October 2023 for Libra. Librans, let's see what the cards hold for you. And if you want to go to my website, mariettatjennissen.com, you will find all the costs and info to make a booking either with WhatsApp video, Zoom, or in person. You initially start off with looking at your work, looking at career, and something happens that is under a good star. In other words, you have hope. You let things flow through your fingers without holding too tightly to it. And there is the Empress. The Empress means there will be abundance. There's some creativity. There's some fulfillment. And even there could be somebody who falls pregnant, or you have a pregnant wife, or some project is pregnant. In other words, it's in the process of being done with very great joy. So this could actually be a birth of a child. And if it doesn't resonate for you, it could be the project of a new work situation. Or that you've looked at an offer and you go for it. Then you have a complete new beginning, which says you're starting off a new cycle. Don't lose the energy. Don't abuse it, but also don't lose it. So don't abuse it. So keep everything in balance. You see the colors as well. Red is for passion and the yellow for the sunshine. And then the yellow card before it is also all this joy and sunlight coming in. And even the Empress is very much red and yellow and lots of colorful colors, which means life is really good at this stage, but you need to keep the balance, like the infinity sign is on top of this card, and I hope you can see it, which means keep the balance. With a balance, you charge maybe a bit too fast forward, so just keep the reins in a bit, to then by the end of the month, you start something new. You start also studying something new or building something new. And then you don't know which choice to make because there might be another choice, but you will have enough money whichever way you are going and whichever way you're choosing. Also, do not forget to do some tithing, which means we're giving 10% of our income to people that need it, or you have a certain nonprofit organization that you give money to, but you give because in nature we see abundance at all times. So never think that you will not be looked after or that you cannot trust your intuition, that when you take the right steps forward, that you are being looked after and that you even look after yourself. It's crowned with this card where I say, please do not stay during the month of October awake and worry, because worry is an addiction. It's a habit that needs to be broken. We cannot think of the future. The future is not in place. Stay in now. Now everything is fine as I look out of this window into a beautiful garden, and we had beautiful rains yesterday. Stay with living with gratitude and seeing what you have and not longing for what is not yet in form. So get back to groundedness, and that actually for October, you have a very good month ahead. And if you follow this kind of advice and you know that October is good and every day is good And every circumstance, every obstacle, every opportunity is good because it happens to you, for you. Then you are fine and you will choose joy, harmony, and beauty, because that is what is showing in this deck. With this, then, till next time,